What's going on, everybody? I'm back with a week 3 update of my Achilles tendon rupture. So I already went over week 2 was that video. If you haven't seen that, just click the card up above. And in that video, I just basically talked about how I went back to the doctor, saw the physician's assistant, and she read me my MRI results, and I had a full rupture, and it was like 6 centimeters apart, and that I needed surgery. So if you missed that video, click the card up above and check that video out. But this is going to be my week 3 update. Okay, so my week 3 update is when I had the surgery. My surgery was scheduled for Monday, December 2nd. Today is Wednesday, December the 4th. And I am currently in recovery, and I can say I understand why people don't like to have surgery. This is my first surgery I ever had in my life, other than being put to sleep to get my wisdom teeth taken out, so I really don't count that. But this is my first real surgery, first real time going through the surgery process and everything like that. So I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was going to be a piece of cake. I was nervous beforehand, but I thought, I just want to get this part over with and just get back home to the recovery part. Just get the nerves of being at the hospital and stuff behind me. But little did I know, the worst was yet to come. The worst part is the after. Because once that stuff, whatever they gave me, whatever they numbed my leg up with or whatever, once that stuff wore off, which it actually started wearing off when I was still in recovery in the hospital, man, my freaking leg was hurting. So let me tell you about how this all happened. So we got to the hospital. I'm going to insert some clips here. I'm here. It is currently 5:57 a.m. December 2nd. I'm at the hospital, as you can see. I'm supposed to be here at 6:30 for my registration, because today is surgery day on my Achilles tendon rupture that happened going on 3 weeks ago, so like 2.5 weeks ago. So I'm finally excited to now be finally getting the ball rolling, having this surgery today. And today starts day 1 of my recovery. So you just saw me arriving to the hospital, and you saw me in the hospital right there in the bed with the gown on and stuff. So I got to the hospital. They wanted me to be there at 6:30 a.m. in the morning. My surgery was scheduled for 8:30 a.m., so I was like the first one. And I never had met the doctor before yet. I only was with his physician's assistant, all the appointments I had before that. So they told me I was going to meet him beforehand, of course, and he was going to go over everything. So I signed in, got everything started, and then they took me to the pre-op room, got me a bed, got me a gown. I did all that stuff. All this is new to me. I've never been through surgery before. So they start taking my vitals, start asking me questions. Did you eat anything? Did you drink anything? I'm like, no. They're like, good. Okay, so we're getting ready. Give me an IV, and they start all that stuff. Then the anesthesiologist comes in, asks me a whole bunch of questions, tell me what they're going to do, ask about my medical history, what I'm allergic to, the whole spiel that they normally do. And so right after that, they some other people came and got me and wheeled me to another room. And once they wheeled me to that next room, the last thing I remember, they was asking me like what I did for a living or whatever, and talking about basketball. And then they put a mask over my face, and then that's the last thing I remember. I woke up in this big old room with a whole bunch of other people that had just got out of surgery. It was like the recovery room. I woke up, and there was a nurse sitting to the left of me, and there was another patient, on the other side of her. So I kind of woke up. I was still kind of out of it. I went back to sleep. Woke up again. She gave me a cup of ice, asked me how I was doing. I told her I was in pain. My leg was hurting. I could not get comfortable in a bed. Now, mind you, before my surgery, my leg was not hurting. I was in the splint that they had me in for 2 weeks, and my leg wasn't hurting as long as I had the splint on. So I was able to do things, get around, go to the stores and stuff. My leg wouldn't hurt at all because I had that splint on. So now it's weird to me waking up after surgery and I'm in so much pain because they cut the back of my leg open and now I'm in pain. So she gave me some medicine. That didn't really help. And then she gave me another one. And then it kind of took the pain away a little bit. So now after that, I'm looking at the clock. I went into surgery they wheeled me out right at 8:30 actually. Wheeled me to the surgery room, I guess, because I don't remember nothing after that. So then, only thing I remember waking up in recovery, I'm like, wow, it was like 12:45. I'm like, wow, did it really take that long? Did they run into some complications or something? Or was in here, in recovery that long, sleep? They just waited on me to wake fully up. So we stayed in recovery till about 1:30. Then they took me, because I was on a wait list, to get a bed for post-op. So we went over to post-op. And that's when my wife was able to come back with me and bring my clothes and stuff back. And I had another nurse over there, basically going over everything. And I was still kind of like nauseous and, waking up still. My voice was hoarse and I had like cold in my throat. I didn't know what that was from. Come to find out they had a tube down my throat to help me breathe while I was in surgery. I didn't know that. So that's where that came from. And the doctor had walked past. Now this was the second time, talking to him, because he did introduce himself when I was in pre-op. He introduced himself, told me what he was gonna do and everything like that. So after surgery, he walked by, told I was still kind of out of it, so I'm gonna have to ask him again when I go see him on the 17th, like what all he had to do, because I don't remember what he said afterwards. But I know he said he had to make 2 incisions. And he told me to take it easy, and the surgery went well. That's what I remember him saying. But I'll get more detail when I go back, and I'm in my right mind when I go back on the 17th. I'll get more detail for y'all. So I woke up. I'm looking at my surroundings, and the first thing I do is look at my leg because I feel the pain coming from my leg. So I'm going to show you. This is my leg now. Y'all saw my splint. It looks the same as my splint before surgery, but you can tell this one is way fatter. So instead of me just having a hard cast going behind and on the bottom of my foot, now it's almost like a full cast. It's almost like a full hard cast all the way around. The only part I can feel my leg is like a little skinny strip right here where my leg is kind of still exposed. So I'm glad that's exposed, because if I itch, I can just scratch right there. But to here, all the way around to here, and over the top of my foot, all it is like a big ball of, cast. It's like almost double or triple the size as the temporary one I was wearing for the first 2 weeks. So now I left the hospital. At about 2:45. They gave me 2 prescriptions, one a pain medication and an antibiotic to take. So I'm taking those. I only take the pain meds at night before bed. I try to tough it out during the day because I don't want to be taking those pain meds like that. So I try to tough it out through the day, and I take it at night. And I take the antibiotics once every 6 hours until it runs out. I just feel like it hurts. It hurts. It kind of hurts bad. Like, the biggest thing for me, the biggest issue for me is trying to find a comfortable position to lay my leg, because they said I have to keep it elevated. But if anything touches the back of my leg, even though I have this big cast on, if I put a pillow up under there to prop it up, anything touching that back of my leg, it hurts. So I try to roll my leg to the side. I try to roll it to the side like this, or to the other side, and keep it elevated. But then my ankle starts to get fatigued after a while from being, cocked like that. So then I have to go to this side, or sometimes I have to roll over my stomach. It's just this constant battle of trying to find a comfortable position. So right now, and then your butt bone starts hurting from sitting so long. So now this whole side is just, aching. And then you got right here feeling like pins and needles. And then when you get up to go to the bathroom, all the blood rushes down there. And it feels like somebody's taking a chainsaw, just cutting at the back of your leg. So that's what I've been dealing with since Monday. So they called me on Tuesday. The hospital called to see how I was doing. And she said, yeah, the pain will be pretty bad your second and third day. I'm on my third day right now after surgery. So I'm trying to manage it. Like, it's just different to me because I never had surgery, never been in this like constant pain like that. I can't do nothing about it, you know. I just kind of got to deal with it. But I'm happy to report that the surgery went well and that I am officially on the road to recovery, because before the surgery, you know, I was just in a temporary splint until surgery. Nothing was healing itself because my gap was so big in my tendons, you know. My rupture was the gap was so big. So nothing was healing. It was just in a splint for nothing. You know, I wasn't starting my process or anything. I was just waiting on surgery. So now that I had surgery, now my healing process officially starts. So I'll give you guys another update next week, but the following week after that is when I go back to the doctor. So next week's video, I'm just tell y'all how I've been getting around, still using my knee scooter, but now it hurts a little bit more to use that knee scooter because my leg is in that weird position, and then I just feel, you know, pins and needles, like sharp pain. So I just been laying down more. I've just been laying down way more now, you know, just trying to take it easy because I don't want nothing to split back here. I don't want my wounds to open up. I want everything to heal right. So I just been taking it easy like they told me to. But before I got my surgery, man, I did everything I could, you know, that weekend after Thanksgiving. Like, I changed my oil in the truck. You know, I changed out this other part I need to change out in the truck. I washed both cars. Me and my wife was out there. We washed both cars. I did everything I needed to do, everything I thought of that I could do on this knee scooter, you know, before I had surgery. Because I know once I had surgery, I wasn't going to be trying to do everything around the house and trying to do this and go here and go there. Like, I knew I was going to have to take it easy and let these wounds heal up and let what they did like heal properly, because the last thing I want is for them to say, oh, we got to go back in there, or oh, you got an infection, or oh, you know, you got blood clots. So I've been taking the baby aspirin they told me to take. You know, I'm trying to let this heal right. So I did everything I needed to do when I had that temporary cast on before they cut into me on Monday. But now I'm just chilling. Like, I'm watching TV, I'm just chilling. I'm in pain, but I gotta go through this to get back right. And I'm gonna take y'all, you know, every step of the way, you know. But that hospital thing with the surgery was an experience for me. It was my first time. And now I feel for people that gotta have surgeries all the time and that's in and out the hospital. It's no fun. It's no fun at all. Like, I thought the worst part was my nervousness of the process and the IV and, you know, doing all that stuff before. It was like, no. The worst was to come at the after, you know, after they done cut you open. Now you got, I don't even know, I think I might have sutures or staples or whatever holding this together back here. I don't even know, because I never saw my leg. I don't know what it looks like back there, you know. So I just know, like, man, once they cut you open and then they sew you back up, you know, you got to deal with some pain for a little bit after that. And I don't know how long it's going to last, but I'm trying to make it work. But until next week, guys, I'm going to give y'all another update next week. And we on the road to recovery now. It started Monday. Once I got out the hospital, my road to recovery started in week 3. So here we go. Finna start pumping out these videos. Yeah, I'm going to have physical therapy. You know, they're going to put me in a boot and all that. So I'm going to show y'all from when I first got injured all the way till I'm back again, exercising and doing my normal thing again. So stay tuned. And until next time, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the bell notification, be notified when I drop the future videos in this series. And also, I'll be still dropping my other videos too, my positive life experience videos like I've been doing. But I just had this mishap right now, so I'm focusing on this right now. But I still have those other videos coming as well. And until next time, guys, I'm out.